guys, welcome back to another Rebels podcast. Welcome back to another small business podcast. And oh my gosh, this is a taboo subject once again. I think I am always going to be nervous about doing a lot of these podcasts because I am going to really be totally honest and real with you guys and talk about subjects that just don't get spoken about much, or people might be afraid to talk about. Like me, I am afraid to talk about this subject. However, someone mentioned it, someone commented it on a previous podcast episode, and I think it's time for me to chat about it, and that is so good, gatekeeping in business. So if you don't know what gatekeeping is, essentially it's basically when businesses don't tell you certain things like materials they use or where they get their products from, manufacturers, all that kind of stuff. They don't tell other businesses, or I should maybe it might not even be that. They don't, if someone asks and they don't really know them maybe or whatever, they won't say. So that's kind of like gatekeeping in small business. Now I'm going to be really open and honest here, which scares the living crap out of me. I remember starting my business, and I remember a business that I followed and that I looked up to came on their stories and said that they were like, don't bother asking me what I use or where manufacturers I use, where I get my products from or where I get my materials from, because I'm not going to tell you, because I have used my time and my money to find these manufacturers, and kind of like, you need to do the same kind of thing. I feel really ashamed that I did this, but you learn from mistakes and you grow and you become a better person. I ended up unfollowing this account because I was so against that. I don't like that mentality personally. I still don't like it. It's something that I don't agree on, which doesn't mean that everyone should agree with me, because that is not the case. I'm just saying this is how I feel about the subject. And anyway, I ended up unfollowing this account, and looking back on it now, I feel really childish and stupid that I did that. But I've learned from my mistakes. It's something that I would never do now, and that's because I've grown up and I've understand kind of where they're coming from, but I also respect them. I wanted to let you know that little story because I've never really spoken to anyone about it before, but that's where I was at that time. I just want to say, if you're watching this, please, 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 this is what I should have said to myself many years ago, respect people's wishes, respect people's choices. It is totally up to them if they want to tell you where they got their products from, tell you the materials they use. That is up to them. If they don't want to, it's okay. Like, it's really not the end of the world. If they don't want to, that is their choice. That is in their own right to not disclose that information. I actually have a product that I don't disclose information on, which you might be watching this thinking, oh my gosh, you hypocrite. And that's how I feel. Like, this is why I've been so worried about talking about this, because I feel like such a hypocrite, because there is a product that I don't necessarily tell people like where I got it from. It is just the one. Everything else I tell everyone. If you want to know where I got my plushies from, I will give you the email. If you want to know where I get my pins manufactured, I will give you the email. It is literally just this one manufacturer, and I will talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But I'm just being open and honest, and I'll probably stumble across my words and probably have like a brain freeze, I'll just end up being like this basically, because I'm nervous, and my hand, you can probably tell my hand is also nervous. I want to talk about how I approach this kind of subject and what I do as a business. Now, please remember that this is me. I you shouldn't expect it off every business, but this is how I approach things. Personally, if I have spent time and money on finding the right manufacturer or the right materials, then I don't want that to happen for you guys. If I can help you with a material, if you want to know where my house mats are from, or the paper my sublimation paper, I've mentioned it in vlogs before, but I will tell you, if you ask me where I get certain things from, I will happily tell you, because I personally remember those times where I'd spend a lot of money and time trying to find a manufacturer, and I just don't want you guys going through the same thing. So for me personally, that is something that I will do. I will let you know, and I will tell you, and I will help you if I am asked. I've already said, this is how I feel about it. There is no right or wrong way of doing it. It is purely up to the person and the business, and I just can't reiterate enough how important it is for you to understand that there is no right or wrong, and that it is okay to be both, to be transparent or just to keep things for you, you know. Just please be respectful and understanding when it comes to these kind of things, and all you can do is kind of ask, and you'll either get a reply with, sorry, I don't disclose this information, or you'll get a reply which will be like, yeah, sure, here's the link to this, or here's this. And you kind of just got to go with it. If they aren't happy with disclosing the information, you just move on. Just be respectful and understanding. Okay, I want to talk about this product that I don't disclose, as in I don't disclose my manufacturer for this specific product, which are my journals. I don't disclose the manufacturer simply because my journals are very unique to me. By that, I mean in this space that I'm in, the community space, the small business space, like when I go to stationery fest and stuff, this planner event, there's no one there that has like journals like mine, and the quality that they are and the thickness of the paper. Like, it's very unique to me, and when I'm in those kind of spaces, it stands out, and that's really hard to do when you're a small business. I'm pretty sure you guys know how hard that is, to stand out and be a bit different. It's very hard, and I'm able to do that with my journals. So I don't disclose my manufacturer for the journals. It's got nothing to do with money or time spent or anything like that. I was very, very lucky coming across this manufacturer, and I am just not quite ready to disclose that information yet. However, when people do ask, I think I've had a couple people ask, I do send them to a video that I did years ago about how I order and create washi tape, and I use Alibaba for that. And that is what I send people to go and watch, because that's how I found my journal manufacturer. That's how I find a lot of my manufacturers, is through Alibaba. So if you are interested in going it down that route, then I will leave links down below, and I'll leave the link to that video down below as well, and you can check that out. But yeah, my journals are very unique, and I'm just not ready to disclose it yet. And I hope people can understand and respect that. Like I said earlier, will tell you everything else. It's just not that one. And you might, you're probably watching this thinking that I'm this horrible person that I should not. I'll probably regret putting this up, but it's taboo subjects, and I just need to talk about them, and I need people to understand, and I've learned so much through it, and I think I understand and respect people's options and people's choices, and like, I'm just talking about how I view it. There's also other reasons why people might not give everyone the information that people are wanting, and that's because some things can actually sell out. I remember during Christmas time, I think, I went to go and order some more tumblers to take up to my pop-up, and they had sold out. That's never happened before. I have always told people where I get my frosted tumblers from, And of course, I looked at it thinking it was totally my fault. It might not have been. The business just might have been low on those ones. But that can also happen, especially when you have a bigger following as well and you get more people asking. Things can go out of stock. So if it's really important for that business, then and it goes out of stock, then they're not able to create or make the products that are their best sellers, which is huge and can, you know, really, really affect a business. So there's so many different reasons behind why people choose to not talk about these things or not tell anyone about these things. I want, if you're watching this and you're a business that does this, then I respect you, and I want everyone else to respect people as well and their choices. I can't talk about that enough. Just respect and understand that not everyone's going to want to disclose information that's important to them in their business, and that is absolutely fine. If you do have a question on what kind of paper I use for my stickers or sublimation paper or my pin manufacturer, you just give me a message and I will let you know, and I will try and help you as much as possible. But that's all I've really got to say about this subject. You can tell that I haven't spoken too much about it because I honestly feel like people are just going to think that I'm a hypocrite and a horrible person for talking about this. But someone mentioned it, and I wanted to be open and honest with you guys as to my experience when it comes to gatekeeping in business. So I really, really hope that it has helped. And if you are watching this and you are, you know, new to business and you are just looking for some help, then don't be afraid, like I said earlier, to message people and ask. Just don't get upset or annoyed if they aren't willing to disclose the information, because that's just their choice. However, you might get some people or someone like me and you do ask, and I will happily give you the information, obviously just besides my journal manufacturer. Oh my gosh, right, I'm gonna have to close this podcast off because I'm so freaking anxious, and Bryn is barking downstairs and you can probably hear that. But thank you. If obviously my Patreons see this before anyone else, all my podcasts, these podcasts are always posted onto my Patreon a month prior to them being posted on YouTube. So Patrons, thank you for letting me be open and honest and feel like I've got this safe space that I can just not be judged. And yeah, I'm just really, really grateful for everyone. I know that I have spoken about taboo subjects before and been nervous to talk about it, and I've had such a lovely response. But I'm always going to feel like this when I talk about taboo subjects. I think I always just get a bit worried about people's perception on me. But yeah, I hope you can understand, and I hope it has helped you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a message or comment them down below. And if you have any more subjects that you would like me to talk about, if you have enjoyed watching me be this anxious and awkward in a video, I am really trying to just be open and honest, and because I think it's really, really important. So if you do have any subjects that you would like me to talk about, please comment them down below as well. I would love to know. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube and you would like to watch all of these podcasts before anyone else, then please come and join us over on the Rebels Patreon. It is a community dedicated to small businesses where it's a safe, supportive and friendly community, and we would love to have you over there. Okay, right. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening, and I hope I will see you again soon. I hope you still like me. Okay, I'm gonna go so I stop being awkward. Take care, guys, and I will see you in another Rebels podcast next month.